All right. I've got some stuff on my mind. As I was thinking, I'll open up the camera and I'll make a video. I've learned it's just best to kind of share when something's on my mind. But on the other hand, they say don't. They say I don't know about that, but I say probably not a good idea to vlog if I'm upset. On one hand, I guess I am a little bit upset, but I'm more disappointed. Maybe frustrated. Retiring overseas. This got its challenges, and man, I just I'm a little bit I guess I am a little bit upset that I did. Yeah, I mean, I lost a friend that was not very nice. I understand that. I think he's had a wake up moment that he's in a scam. He's being taken advantage of. He's just being isolated, I guess. That's the danger, is you get isolated. The first time I really saw this whole isolated thing up close for myself was at a dinner out. Met a friend, and then he brought along another friend. I don't think he said anything. He just said, "Hey, I'll meet you for dinner." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then there's another guy there with another lady, and that was the dinner. I kind of learned the trick where if the woman makes a little wincing smile when she's introduced to her boyfriend or husband or whatever, the foreign guy, if she's really embarrassed by him, they'll do this little embarrassed kind of smirk, because under the culture, they really need to save face. They will be saving face all the time in every situation. It's just the way it is. And I saw that, and a Thai friend of mine that was there pointed it out to me. If they hadn't pointed it out, I wouldn't have really. I was like, that's kind of weird. But then they're like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, no. But it was pretty obvious. Once they said it, it was like, geez, it was so obvious. It's like, why are things like that? Once you know they're obvious, I mean, you don't know they're not obvious. But I learned that whole thing about a guy being isolated. And this woman the two guys were friends, and the woman was deliberately, by what the guys were saying, the woman was deliberately making it as absolutely as difficult as possible without doing anything technically illegal for this guy's one friend he has in the country, as far as I know. I think that was his only friend. She was making it very difficult for that guy to come over and see him because she just wanted the foreigner and his wallet for herself. And the guy was just old enough and just kind of lost a step enough that he was pretty easy pickings for this woman, who was obviously not a good person. I'd like to use more colorful phraseology, but it's just not really good to put in a video. But really, it sucks. You meet some of these people, and they're terrible people. And you see one person victimizing another person, and I know 100% what they're doing, but I'm not the world police, so I just like, hey, nice to meet you, hope you make it. I mean, what am I supposed to do? But then I just lost a friend over this because he, and it was weird because at first the lady kind of had fawn fooled, I think. Now, as I point out in a video or two ago, there's a really high standard and a really strong high expectation between the Thai women that they will only say good things about each other and Thai people and all that. And even if and the example I gave in the other video, I don't remember which one it is, and I'm too tired to look it up and throw it in and put a picture and say, here, click on my other video. But when I'm in like class with Usani and a couple other guys, if I give an example, and the example is 100% true and accurate, and Usini knows it's true, I know it's true, maybe some other people in the class know it's true, not that I couldn't tell you, there'll be a little kind of wincing smile on Usini's face as well that, yeah, I don't really like, I mean, she doesn't really like hearing it. I mean, it's true, and it's pertinent to the story or to the lesson or how this this will be about language, because I'm in a language class with Usini. That'll put on the screen. And it's true and it's accurate, but Thai people don't like hearing anything other than positive things about Thai culture, because it's an extremely proud culture. Like in the U.S., I mean, I'm proud to be from Michigan, from Detroit, and all that, and whatever. But the Thai people, I think, are more so, maybe by a lot. That's my impression of how it is here. So sometimes even like Fawn isn't real thrilled to say something, and certainly not to see something not very good, is my point, I guess. And and they're not really supposed to exactly be running around pointing out stuff. So even as close as we are, and as really transparent of I have a very unusually transparent relationship with my Thai wife. I'm sort of kind of almost near fluent in Thai, and she's really fluent in English. And so between the two of us, and then she's just an honest person. I'm in an old-fashioned traditional village culture area and family, and it's just I've got a lot of honesty, and I'm not having any problems with like corruption or people sneaking stuff, or I'm in a fortunate position. But again, I did the work. And I've stayed within my some kind of reasonable assessment of my pay grade. Fawn's quite a bit younger than me, but I've put a lot of work in. I clean myself up, and again, by speaking the language and abiding in the culture, it makes a big difference. It makes a giant difference. I want to get into that whole rabbit hole, but back to this whole thing. So, how can I don't want to out anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, but I do want to warn you. Like, if you've, like, let me go back to this example. So this one woman, she kind of fooled Fawn a little bit at first, I think. Now, whether Fawn was just being really polite a little bit and not saying as much as she maybe knew, or maybe not saying every single thing she suspected, like, my dong putuk kam, you don't have to say every word. That's a saying here. I love that saying, by the way. I use it myself sometimes. That's a go-to for me. She might have been thinking that, but eventually, as kind of the other shoe dropped and this guy disappeared, he ghosted me. He was a really grateful friend. He brought me a couple. He was very generous. He brought me a couple of gifts because I met him through the channel. He felt really thankful that he could do this. But his wife said something telling, and then Fawn did say that right away. And then later she emphasized like the real meaning of it. And his wife said, no, that's not right. She said that her husband believed the things he saw on my channel more than he believed what she was saying. Now, that's an odd thing to say. That clearly is saying that what I'm saying and she's saying are two very different things, and they are, in fact, at cross purposes. That shouldn't be happening. That shouldn't be happening. What I'm saying is true and fair and real, and she should, and like my Thai friends that occasionally watch some of my videos, and they see some of this. No one's had like, well, Rob, that's really wrong. Like, they don't say that. I had my iPhone shadow on my, now I got my shadow on the brick wall. Sorry, the sun's coming up. I'm a little late to be making a video, but I was kind of hesitating. I wasn't sure I wanted to do this, but I kind of want to get it off my chest, I guess. Part of this channel is my therapy. I'll rename it Rob's Therapy. And now it's like I'm in a point where I kind of know a little too much, and I see a little too much, and sometimes I don't like it. But so she mentioned that she was very unhappy. She was upset that her husband believed and was listening to me. She didn't like that. Which reminds me, like, I met this one time, this guy wanted me to meet his girlfriend, his fiance actually. And he was an older man, older than me by a bit, and he was his face was disfigured from some kind of industrial accident. I'm not trying to make fun of the guy, but to say he was going to go be on the cover of GQ next month, that's not going to happen. I mean, he was like a normal looking guy, but then he had this significant disfigurement on his face, I'll just say. And then his fiance was like an extremely attractive and well put together, modern style Thai woman, and very, like, stunningly pretty, even by Thai standards, which means she could easily win a Miss America pageant back home. This is what he was thinking was his pay grade. And when I met her, to get to my real short point here, she had the look of abject fear in her eyes and on her face as she met me, because she knew I was bilingual. And that's the thing. A scammer or a black-hearted woman who's just wants to keep you and your money for themselves only, that they hate. They don't want you to have any friends, really. They absolutely, the worst thing they don't want you to have is a Thai friend. And then the next thing they don't want you to have is a Western friend that speaks Thai or understands a little bit of the culture, because that could get them outed, get their scam revealed for what it is. Or if it isn't even an overt scam, it's just they're taking advantage of you, or they have plans of taking advantage of you. I mean, honestly, right now I'm a little scared for this guy. What he did was not nice. Even if his wife pressured him, he should have had the decency to call and say, "Hey, Rob, geez, man, my wife is really upset by all this cultural stuff, and your channel talks a lot about a Thai culture, and it just rubs her the wrong way, and I'm just going to go and hey, do what you want." But to just be like a sneaky shit about it, this is sort of like, are we in the 6th grade, really? It's just not, I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not it's not like, what he's like, is he like my high school girlfriend? It's a little low. And I sincerely cared about the guy. And when he was sick and all that, I called and checked on him, and I went and saw him because he wasn't feeling well and all that. And whatever, I guess that's that. But my concern is that he's being set up for like that Scandinavian guy that was married 17 years, had a kid. Once a kid got to a certain age, she just cleaned him out, and that was it. But this lady had fallen kind of fooled. But it was odd, and Fawn and I obviously talked about it, because she had like obvious serious breast augmentation, lots of plastic surgery. She smoked, she drank, and she wore like cleavage showing attire and all that. And I've never seen once a traditional woman do any of those things. If they do all of those things, then she had a tattoo, like a bar tattoo. So I never asked him where he met her. I didn't want to know the answer to the question. So I truly have no idea where he met this lady. Obviously I could guess, but I did not ask because I did not want to hear the answer. So I can be selectively incurious. That's one of my superpowers. When my daughter was going through her teen stuff and all that, my first wife would occasionally ask me, "Do you really want to know what's going on?" And I would always choose, "Nope. Don't need to know. You got a problem, let me know. You need somebody, you see a boy I need to punch or something like that, you let me know, point him out. We're good. Other than that, I'm going to go back to watching the Discovery Channel and watch him put this engine in this hot rod." And I can't say for sure he's in any one situation or not. I mean, how am I supposed to know? I can tell you it doesn't look good that you've got a woman with the type of appearance I just described deliberately isolating him from people with knowledge about the culture and language that have made some ugly statements to my wife. I'm sure believing secret and Thai and all that, but we don't keep secrets from each other, Fawn and I. We don't do that. But this is like the value of paying attention to your surroundings, because you kind of get to a point, and like you can hit a tipping point where, okay, great, now let's say let's just use an example and say, like, let's just say that guy is being set up for some kind of ugly scam. Maybe she is planning to clean him out once they have a child together is a certain age. I mean, I have no idea if any of that's true. As an example, okay? I mean, at some point, what are you going to do? You have a child, you love a child, you've already committed to this marriage. You've got your marriage maybe registered here, maybe registered in America as well. Your goose is cooked. If you're a certain age and health, and all that, are you really going to go and try and start over again? Or are you just going to go, this is my bed, I guess I'm laying in it, right? That's the thing. Like that guy I met at the dinner one time, I mean, I later said to his friend, I go, geez, and I kind of gave him some pointers on that. And I think he had some inkling that she wasn't the best, but I pointed out a few things. I pointed out that smirk thing and a couple comments she made in Thai that he did not catch. And then he took it as a whole different thing. And he talked to me later, followed up with me a couple of times. He'd made an effort to get a hold of the guy and try, but the woman kept moving him from one hotel to another, and then took his phone and just He took his phone or changed the number, something, but made it very hard and just about impossible for for his friend to come and find him, and which upset him because that was like his best friend. It was like he was a young, sharp guy. He was a very sharp. He retired young. He was fully mentally sharp, but his friend was a fair bit older. I want to say 10, 15 years older, maybe like 15 years older, and had kind of slowed down cognitively, unfortunately. I know he has struggled to follow our conversation at the table. Aging, it's tough. And aging here, if you've chosen poorly, and I think you should have a network of people around you, which is hard to have. That's easy for me to say and arrogant for me to say, hey, just go do that, because it is hard. I mean, honestly, my support network I have here, the majority of it really centers around Fawn. So if in theory she was like some bad black-hearted person, which I know for a fact she's not at this point, I mean, I have good Thai friends that have known her for a long time, and really almost impossible for a Thai woman to fool another Thai woman. I mean, maybe one meeting or two, maybe. That's unlikely. I'll tell you, unlikely. The way the culture works, it's even way more so than back in the West. They're not really very well able to fool each other. I'm confident of. But my support network here is mostly her family, her mom and dad. I mean, they all watch out for me. If it's something that's enough of an issue, I can complain to one of my tight network of friends here. And this happened a couple times, and they'll address it for me, and that sometimes kind of, crapping on the foreign guy, the rich foreign guy, the supposedly, I mean, I'm not. Just saying, but that's our impression a little bit here. And that can be fun for certain people. Like, whatever. I don't care about that. There's a couple people that are always bad mouthing me behind my back. They're tutuking me, and they whatever. And let me check. Don't care. When I see them, I always say hi to them. And hating people takes energy and time, and it takes your life down a notch or two. So it's not worth it. That was a hard lesson for me to learn. When you're an inventor, so many people just come and to claw money from you. It's really horrifying and sad for human nature, and that can make you angry. And I fell prey to that mindset, but I'm past all that. I'm in your 60s. I hope you find the peace. Now it's like I've had a couple friends like you could take it as an insult, but I didn't. But like, geez, Rob, you're really passive about a lot of these things. It's like, one is a martial artist. Do I know I could rip the guy's arm out of his socket? Yeah, even at 62 and in the shape that I'm in, I could still do that. And so there's that. There's a little bit of when you have options and you just choose not to use them. It's mentally an entirely different thing. Sorry, that sounds arrogant or braggy. I don't mean it to be, but to my martial arts guys in the audience are all going, yep. Yeah, I had we had a neighbor that was a bully at my second cottage, and he went around bullying all the neighbors. I mean, I'm like, we're back in the sixth freaking grade again. And the guy was like 6'4", 6'5", or something. And he was my age, I think he was 5 years younger than me. So it would have been a fair fight because he's a young man and he's really tall. Would have been a fair fight. He was doing this big and making big hand gestures and waving his arms at me and threatening me because we put a mailbox on the corner where his house is, where the post office local postmaster told me and the other neighbor to put our mailboxes, and we asked that lady 3 times, are you sure? He just, oh, yep, this is the spot, and we checked it, and okay. He ripped both mailboxes up, threw one at the guy's wife. At that point, I would have stopped being nice if he had thrown that at my first wife. This is pre-divorce. Kidding, that's a little divorce joke there. But, I just almost was laughing at the guy, and eventually he got kind of disarmed about the whole thing because he wasn't getting the response from me, the fear response or the I could fight you response. I'm like, okay, look, dude, sure, if I'll give you the first punch, probably 2, but then you're gonna need serious medical care, And eventually he seemed to get the vibe off me, and he went away. What the hell? That was a great use of martial arts because that was just all confidence, and then eventually he seemed to read the room eventually and go away. But yeah, you'll get some of that here, which I don't understand. Who runs around making problems for other people? Why would you? I don't understand anybody wanting it, but it's not an uncommon thing. Here it's a lot less common than back home, maybe, because the Thais are very peaceful. Anyways, I'm rambling on a lot of things. Not happy today. Disappointed in human nature. And don't let yourself get cordoned off make sure you have a support network. So, I mean, most of my support network is funds, family, okay. But then I do have some good friends here. I've been really close friends with Usani for, I think, 6 years. And I've offered to help her and have helped her with a couple of things. And, I don't know. So that happened. It's not a good thing. It's frustrating for us guys, us normal functional guys here, because you make friends and people get in these weird situations, and then you'll have weird problems, and then we get weird problems. We're not doing any of that behavior, and that they throw that problem. So I've invested some time and emotion in a friend, been a good friend, and all of a sudden I get, I don't know, and whatever. So I'll probably edit this. Who knows what I'll do with this. I'll come back and make some kind of bullet points and make some content out of this or something. But that's my therapy for the day. Geez, please be careful. I really appreciate all you viewers. Really appreciate all the channel members. That really does make me feel nice, because YouTube really doesn't like my content. I can see when one video becomes a little popular, they kind of trial it and they'll spread it around, and then they go right back down. And it's not exciting or sexy enough for it's the big Thai channels, or all this week's bar girl of the week is, and it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. Everybody can do whatever the heck they want, but that's what sells, and I don't feel like doing that. So the channel memberships are kind of like my little kind of FU back to YouTube, and I have a lot of channel members, which is crazy to think that people volunteer to pay for a subscription fee when it's free. That's nuts, and that's awesome that people do that. So that's really validating. And then if you subscribe, that's great. If you click like, that's great. If you share it, I really don't care, because it brings in new people, and then new people are, a percentage of them are a-holes, and then I got to deal with really comments from like an angry sixth grader. It's this, why am I in the sixth grade all the time? I'm an adult. Why am I always in the sixth grade with this crap? But that seems to be where it all comes from. But I'm careful. I edit all those people out of my life, though, too. And that's probably why they stick out like a sore thumb, and that rubs me the wrong way so quickly. Because as you see, here's my quiet life I've built for myself. I don't have anything that was bothering me that was unfair, inappropriate, coming my way from a place of anger or whatever. I've edited that out of my life successfully and completely, and so now, it really is peaceful. My biggest, and I'm going to make fun here. My biggest hardship right now is that my beautiful custom dream motorcycle that I waited years to have is in the shop because I've got a blown head gasket, despite the fact that I ride it like an old man. I mean, the bike's got 100 frickin' horsepower, so even riding that thing like an old man, I'm going pretty damn fast. But I'm careful not to go too fast, because low speed buys you time, and time buys you options. That's what you want when you're riding, especially out here in Thailand, where everything is weird, not just the bar girls and the guys they marry. The roads are weird too, but it's all weird in a good way, and I kind of like it. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for listening to me ramble on in my rant, and maybe I feel slightly better now. Again, to all the viewers, thank you. You guys rock. All the great comments I have. We kicked all the a-holes out a couple months back, 6 months ago now it's been, and channel's been so lovely. It's been so nice. Thank you. Just little old me driving into the city. Gonna do, what is today? Chest and leg day. I do them together. That's a little weird, but probably couldn't survive a whole day of just a whole workout of just legs. A little worried about a Westerner I know over here. Evidence is beginning to suggest he really super badly married very poorly, and he's having significant complications therefrom. Sad to see. Super nice guy. Really hate to see it. I hate to see people driving like that as well. Look at this view. This is my regular view coming into the city in Johor. Beautiful day, perfect weather, feeling good. Craving a burger. Oh, there's the Index Living Mall if you can see it. That's a nice place. Shockingly affordable. Fun, and I drove by it for more than a year as we were planning the house, and It's like, well, we're never going to go in there. It just looked highfalutin and expensive. I mean, went in just one time, and we were stunned at the pricing. We ended up buying almost everything from there. It's a fantastic place. They should probably tone it down on the outside a little bit. It looks scary financially. Anyways, that's it, guys. It's all good. Retire. It's good for you. At the mall. We had to cancel class today. On one hand, it's always kind of nice because I'm getting a day off, you know. But today, since I am in school most of the time, I got a pile of errands to run. So this is what makes it good. So I'm hungry. Getting some food. If you ever want a good place, Class Cafe. They have outlets all over the place. Lives up to the name. It's like a classy coffee place. A lot of them have excellent food. If they offer a hamburger at that location, it's a gourmet burger, like, you know, really good. Anything they have, it'll be super good. Very, very nice. Probably the best franchise I've ever seen, honestly. Very, very good franchise. All right, let's see here. Hang on. Spinning around. Burger King. So there's the Playboy. I like the Playboy brand. I think it's funny. And triggers some people back in the States, we shall say. Let me check, don't care. I'm here, I'll probably walk a lap or two, which is like mild cardio. When you're 62, walking at the mall is cardio. And today was my short day at the gym. I had average 110-ish beats per minute heart rate for 45 minutes, which is great. While I did light, high volume and supersetted everything. If you're a weightlifting enthusiast, you know what that means. And then, so it was pretty active, but no real stress on the body. Just it's what we call a pump chase, just chasing a decent pump and just warming up the body, and just any kind of activity at this age is exercise. If I have time, I'm going to go over to Centron Plaza. There's a couple things I want to do there. And then I'm just going to go home and have my afternoon nap. I don't have any obligations today. Coon Paw is picking up Fawn's boys, and Fawn is on an all-day work training retreat thing. And she drove herself with a couple friends that I really like. I like all her friends. If your lady's got friends you don't like, move on. We'll see ya. Okay. The glasses shop at the Wonderground in the mall, that's the one. They actually do a nice job with the optics, which is shocking. Although I brought my prescription from, my brand new prescription from Henry Ford. I've got really good eyeglass coverage through some insurance I have back home. And anyway, so I brought my prescription here. They checked it and they agreed, which I'm like, yeah, we're going with the Henry Ford one no matter what you say, but you know, that's fine. And these were not expensive. These were 14,000 baht. I'll put the translation on the screen, but it's not a lot of money. They're nice, and they just fit them to my fat face, so I think I'm good. They look straight to you. You feel good. So, anyway, so the Wonderground is the name for the basement at the mall. A lot of good deals down there. Chilly, hence the flannel. All right, getting ready to head to the gym. I was just having like a happy moment. I love this house. I love this room in this house. It's so nice. It's just big enough to be feeling a little luxurious, which I can't do the tone right, but the word for luxury or luxurious is ru. The tone's off. Don't go by the tone, but it very similar to the word for whole, ru, and then or knowledge, ru. It's like there's three of them that I'm aware of. There's probably 10. I don't know, but yeah, the RU sound words. Anyway, here's the library again, if anybody hasn't seen it yet. I love how I made the library ensuite to my bedroom and ensuite to the, you know, you can't quite see the doors. Well, yeah, where's the door? Door's over there. I can't quite see it. Ensuite to the bathroom. This is super convenient, but I love having a private library. It just gives me like a little happy space, but I like this room too. This is just what we call convenient. Anyways, gonna take the bike to the gym, chest and leg day, and then it's Friday. Beautiful Friday. Chest and leg day, brother. Gotta go do my thing. Gorgeous day. And I never take this weather for granted. I'm coming home in June. I'll see you then.
This is Rob. Video's over. I'm closing my gate. But if you've been liking or subscribing, or and praise God if you've been a member of the channel, I really appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that watches. You have a great day.